The next thing we have is the top 3 defects that can destroy your home sale. We're each going to give one. That gives a total of 3. So think hard. Think hard. I put up some suggestions there, but you can pick whatever one you want and kind of explain why it is probably the most important to you. You can those are just suggestions. You can come up with your own. You guys have lots of experience with this. So I'll go first though. I think the first defect that could destroy a home sale would be siding issues. And the reason I say that is that siding has gotten incredibly expensive.
Sure.
I had a $1.2 million house that I inspected over in Pewaukee last month for nice couple, the guy was a doctor and the woman was a physical therapist, and they're buying this nice house or whatever. They saved up all their money, sold their last house, made some money on that, you know, and they thought everything was going to be cool. They were almost at one point thinking about skipping the home inspection. And then I come in and I point out that we have all these little cracked corners on all this siding and these splits and the gaps and all this stuff. It was the bad certainty siding, all fiber cement. So huge house. Had to rip off all the siding, and it was fiber cement. So if you're going to replace it with fiber cement, I think they got the total bill would have been $178,000 to replace the siding on this place. Wow! I'm like, holy crap, that's expensive. One of my buddy, I call him my buddy, but he also works for our HSH. Mike, his parents got their house done in vinyl and I forget what the other material was. Oh, vinyl and part LP for different coloration and texture stuff. $137,000, and it's a 2,000 square foot ranch.
What?
I know, right?
Wow.
Yeah, pretty crazy. But and they did have, there was a faux in the front of the house, was like a faux stone facade type of thing, but still $137,000.
That's a lot of money.
That's a lot of cash.
That's a lot of money.
That is a lot of bazooka bubble gum. So that's mine. Siding issues. Who wants to go next?
Chill.
I'll go next. I would say foundation.
Foundation issues?
Yeah, because sometimes, you walk down there, it doesn't look too bad. You can see, some maybe potential minor cracking or something. You just don't know. And then you go put your offer on because you love the rest of the house. And then you get the inspection and it comes back and you got to do some foundation work.
Nightmare. You didn't get an inspection.
Right.
Yeah.
You find out later that you have a $25,000 foundation problem.
Right.
Or if you hired EverDry, it's going to be a $75,000 foundation repair.
Yeah, I know that we've walked through basements where they got step cracking, they got horizontal or vertical cracking, or they might have cracking under the windows because there's not as much structure there. Bulging. But I always tell everybody, I'm like, when we go through that, even before we even get to the idea of making an offer, I tell them flat out, I'm like, if you have to beam this basement, we're talking $300 to $400 a beam.
At least,
depending on what you're doing. And then if they have to go outside and excavate and take care of the drainage tile and then put all that black tar and masking. I mean, we're talking a ton of money, but we always try to be. That's why I said we always take our buyers to the lower level so they know what that's all about before we even go upstairs.
For sure. Yep. Well, and people, when you go into the basement, you see beams. Beams are a good thing.
Good thing.
Yes.
Yeah. If you see beams, it means yes, there was a problem, but it was corrected. And I've never been in a home in 14 years of doing this where the beams were installed properly and the foundations ever moved again. The only time I go in and see beams and there's further movement is when the beams weren't done correctly. And I have videos on, you can go watch some of our other videos about that kind of stuff. But yeah, beams are a good thing. Don't be afraid of them. That's a reassurance because that foundation is going to be very, very strong. And also poured concrete wall foundations, always better than masonry block. Every day of the week, twice on Tuesday, 3 times on Thursday. It's just poured concrete is just a much better building material for your foundation. All right. So Mark, what is yours? You had some time to think about it.
Well, I think I'm going to do septic issues.
You're going to go with that.
I'll do that. I think the problem with septic issues is normally every county and that people live in, depending on where they're at, they have certain rules of what you have to do for septic, and they have to be pumped every 2 years. As far as that's concerned, depending on whether it's a mound or if it's a regular field or whatever it might be. The thing with septic is that it's no different when you're living there, but if there's an issue and you have a problem, Sometimes those come up in inspection, and we've had a couple where it just adds a little extra time to what they're doing, or it might be something they have to take care of that they weren't expecting. The good news is that a lot of those guys that are in that field, pardon the pun, they really do know what they're doing, and they're reasonable.
And it can be really expensive to fix that if you need a brand new septic
and then
field.
you have to worry whether it's even going to perk out to get another field.
Yeah, or I've had people report the septic tank was too small for the home.
Sure,
they did an addition and added 2 bedrooms.
Yeah, because they're only rated for so many people in the home.
Yep. And if that septic system is not not sized for that that home, well, guess what? Now you need a new leach field and you need a septic system, and odds are leach fields are having a hard time passing these days. So almost everybody's having to put in mound systems. So that's $25,000 for a mound system, not even including your septic tank and stuff. So yeah, that could be incredibly expensive too. Yeah, so definitely something to watch out for. Now, none of these things necessarily have to destroy a home sale.
Nope.
But you got to be willing to negotiate and work with your agents and stuff to find a reasonable solution that works for everybody. It may lengthen the time frame that it takes to sell the home. You may have to put money into escrow to do the repairs and stuff, but it can all be corrected and it can all be managed. But the key is having a good, high quality real estate agent for you that's going to be on your side for that. Okay, so call Team Smith. They'll help you work through any of those types of problems. Hey, thanks for tuning in today, you guys. If you like this video, please give us a thumbs up. If you want to know when we put out the next one, give me a bell notification. It's a little bell on the bottom right-hand side. And subscribe. You want to know when I'm coming out with new stuff or whatever. You want to be able to check us out and be alerted to new video content coming your way. Subscribe button's really the way to go. Thanks again for tuning in, you guys. Remember, the better you take care of your house, better it's going to take care of you. Have a good one.